possible after midnight, a low near 49. On Thursday, an isolated shower possible mainly in the morning, otherwise mostly cloudy with a high of 67. It's 48 degrees at our studios.
No fear here, just monster savings at Verlo Mattress of Madison. This October, the only thing creeping near your bed is a deal too good to miss. We custom make every mattress so you know exactly what's inside. No tricks, just treats. Save hundreds on mattresses, foundations, headboards, sheets, and more. Monster savings at Verlo Mattress of Madison. Upgrade your bedroom and unleash the sleep of your dreams. American-made, locally crafted, Verlo. Hurry in before these monster savings vanish. Verlo Mattress of Madison.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Todd Albaugh.
Hey, everybody, join us next time on location for the Majestic Theater in Waukesha, Wisconsin for the world premiere of No Pa-
When the chips are down and democracy's back is up against the wall, two radio veterans step up to the microphone to right the wrongs, standing for truth, justice, and, hey, are they ready to go yet? It's the John and Gordy Show on 92.7 WMDX.
Well, what do we do, you know?
Yeah, what can
It's
you
like
do?
it's like if there's a way we could play a game of pickup sticks with all the stories that we have.
Yeah, or 52 pickup.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, 52 pickup. Yeah.
Just throw the papers up in the air. And
Yeah. See what happens.
See
I
what
think maybe
lands.
that's closer to what we should do here this morning.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of stuff to get to, a lot of insane idiocracy coming up as well. So,
yeah. So happy Wednesday.
It's a happy Wednesday. And, well, you know, we've had showers rolling through the area for the last 5 or 6 hours. It's been pretty nightmarish. And huge ponds and flooding is going on right now.
What are you talking about?
Well, no, not really. I'm just kidding.
It's slightly damp out there. That's
slightly. No, it's
to be exaggerating.
It's drizzling just a little bit.
Just a
here
little.
Here and there.
Yeah.
My automatic windshield wipers are detecting some kind of moisture in the air.
The space car.
Yes, the space car.
You have radar in the space car?
It knows. Well, you know, it's like 360 cameras, you know. Okay. I can see everything all the time. It's wild. Except when it rains. And then it has water on the lenses, and you can't see anything at all.
Well, they should have little windshield wipers in front of the lenses.
Yeah,
little
that's
tiny
what they
windshield
should
wipers.
have. What the hell, you know? You know, they're little balls, you know. They're little half balls, and, of course, you know, it has that the droplets on it and everything.
Right.
And I'm trying to see it, and I rolled down the window, and I wiped it off, you know, on the rearview mirror on the outside, and it didn't do any good. But it's cool, you know. It's cool. It's a space car. What do you expect?
Yeah. So
they don't have rain in space.
I guess not. Yeah, it's cool this morning. 49 degrees. Highs just 57 today.
Yeah,
that's it. And we'll have some scattered showers during the morning and some spotty rain here and there. But for the most part, just kind of cloudy.
I hate spotty rain. You know, it's hard to get off.
Yeah, I know. It's,
you know,
what can you
I'd
do?
much rather just have, you know, water as opposed to spotty rain. Okay. Anyway, you know, there's a few other things going on in the world.
And the Brewers lost last night.
The Brewers lost.
5-1 was the final score. So they're 0-2 against the
Killed.
Dodgers. They got today off, and then they'll be in L.A. tomorrow.
Anybody like the Dodgers? No one likes the Dodgers.
Everybody hates the Dodgers.
Yeah.
It's a
Shouldn't
money
that
team.
count for something?
It's a money team.
Yeah.
You know, they just spend big money, like $500 million, you know, every year.
I know.
And I think they win every single year, too.
It seems like they're always in it, yeah.
You know, we were talking off the air about the Brewers and Cubs games, and my wife just loves the Cubs, and she was listening to the radio broadcasts, the play-by-play, and during the breaks they had these promos of previous Cub highlights,
right?
Which they played forever and ever and all the time, 3 or 4 times per break, and my wife knew every word in every one of them, and you know,
you're saying she's obsessed. With the Cubs?
She, you know, repeated everything exactly as they were saying it in these promos, and you know, I'm a casual person listening to this stuff.
You're pretty relaxed at home.
Yes, I'm very relaxed.
You're not as uptight as you are here.
Putting together this show, I'm a coiled spring, you know, and I'm just trying to put everything together, and I have to listen to these cuts 7 or 8 times in a row because she starts, you know, talking about these promos again, and I'm just like, ugh, I can't stand it anymore. Anyway, and I'm glad that that's all over.
Yeah, the Cubs are out of it, so you don't have to hear that
That's right.
anymore.
But you know, it was fun, you know, having somebody in the house and so energized about our team. It's great to see.
Does your kids like the Cubs, or do they like the Brewers?
They don't do any sports.
Yeah. Really? Not at all?
Nope. I know, and they don't do any alcohol of any sort, beer, anything, nothing. No coffee. I don't. You know,
Why?
I failed as a father, I guess. What the hell? I push coffee like crazy on this show.
You do.
We've created a city of addicts.
Coffee.
We haven't really pushed coffee very much lately, have we?
No, we haven't. Where's the coffee
What happened?
guy?
Does anybody want coffee?
Oh,
Who
well, there
wants
he
coffee?
is.
I just made a fresh pot of coffee. Does anybody want coffee?
Yeah, over
Who
here.
wants coffee? Does anybody want coffee?
Right
Who
over
wants
here.
coffee?
Oh, there he goes.
You want coffee?
Well, they're
Okay.
yeah, they're mobbing him now. You know, he never gives them any coffee. I think it's the same pot he's had all week.
So, yeah.
Well-
So, anyway, Dom, how are you doing this morning?
Pretty good.
We've
Pretty
run out
good.
of topics.
Usually
Well, I got
there's-
another. I moved. I'm still moving. You know, from one side of town
yes,
to the other.
you are. I thought, but
making-
now you got the piano moved.
No. The piano's the last thing to move. That's next Tuesday.
Oh,
Oh,
Hang on.
okay.
it's the
Not
piano
my
movers.
phone. My phone's going off.
But you know,
2 days in a row.
It's weird.
that's kind of early,
Isn't that
isn't it?
weird?
12 minutes after 6.
Yeah. No, it's. I don't know who that was.
Okay.
Some odd call.
But you
Anyway,
you
yeah,
had
I
to
moved
mo-
everything.
I thought you had to move
I
the
did
piano
have-
yesterday because
No,
you
I
had
had
waiting.
movers yesterday, but and I won't say who it was, but it was a local mover. They said, yeah, we can do all that stuff except we don't do pianos. And in fact, that's the case with a lot of movers. They won't do pianos because pianos are a special move.
They are.
You know, and
They're
you got to be
very
insured. You got to be, you know, there's a lot involved in moving a piano.
Heavy.
Yeah,
Heavy.
they're heavy.
No
they're
one
like 400
wants to move
pounds.
them.
Yeah, so I had to call a special place that does piano moving.
Yeah.
And they can't do it till next Tuesday.
Okay.
So, but everything else got moved, all the big stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
great.
So, yeah. Yeah, anyway.
Hey, I'm putting in my charging station.
Oh, yeah, how's that going?
That was supposed to go completely in yesterday.
This was the phone call that you were getting constantly during the last half hour of the show. They called like 17 times.
I turned on the volume of the ringer, and I guess I didn't turn it down all the way. And whatever was remaining of the volume was just as loud as the full volume. I did not get that. But anyway, yes, they had trouble getting in because my wife didn't open the door for them.
Because she was asleep?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
But here's the thing, you know, when you install one of these things, it's like a plug-in, an outlet that you have in the wall for a stove. So it has those big prongs on it.
Sure.
But you can't use just any one of those kind of outlets for a car charger because it's on for about 8 or 9 hours.
That's a
It's
long
constant streaming of electricity. It becomes hot, can deteriorate the plug, the outlet, very quickly. So you have to get a special one that is made specifically for EV charging. And they had that, but it was larger than the normal outlets for a stove that you normally have in the wall.
Excuse me. Right.
And and it's larger, and they have a box that they put these outlets in, protected from the weather outside, because it's outside, so you have to have a cover on it.
So they get it all done?
No, because of the because the cover was too small for this EV outlet.
Oh, that's a shame.
So I'm waiting for a new cover.
They get everything else done?
Yes, everything is done.
Good.
It's fantastic. I thought for sure this wasn't going to go in.
Because you have concrete all over the house.
Yeah, it's
like a bunker.
I mean, it is a bunker. The walls and ceiling of the basement are all poured concrete.
It's kind of an unusual setup.
Yes, it makes it really hard to rewire anything or do anything at all, period.
So in your basement, is it just purely storage, or do you have is there like a living situation down there?
Oh, yeah, we've got an apartment down there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. One of my sons lives down there, and my other son lives on the up flat. So, yeah.
Got 2 apartments in there.
Yes.
Plus your place. So
my place, and we're renting.
3 places.
I don't know how that happened. I feel like I'm getting ripped off. I got to talk to the landlord about that.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see. Coming up a little bit later on, Mike McCabe will be joining us in our 7 o'clock hour. He's got a new Substack article.
7:35.
Yep.
To be exact.
That's right.
Not only that, it'll be like another episode of Busted Pencils. He's talking about education in this particular episode. So we'll find out more about that and get his take on the latest happenings in the news, idiocracy.
Sure. And tomorrow night is the last night market of the season.
It is, yes.
So that happens tomorrow evening downtown, right across the street from us at the Overture Center. That's where our booth will be. Of course, the booths go up and down State Street and around.
Yes, they do.
Around the square.
And we're all we're dressing up. We're all dressing up,
Are we?
right? Yeah.
We are.
I mean, I am.
Really?
At least.
Halloween a theme? Is that the deal?
I think so.
Yeah. Well, that's.
I don't know about that.
What?
Are you gonna wear a Badger outfit?
I'm wearing my Badgers onesie. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm ready for it.
A onesie?
Yeah. It's a whole onesie, and I already washed it yesterday, so I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
You stole that from the UW?
No, I
the
bought
mascot?
it.
Did you make it yourself?
No, I bought it on Amazon. You could buy it right now if you want to. Just check it out, Bucky Badger onesie in Amazon, and there it is. Yep.
Wow.
It's not even expensive.
I went
Badgers
to a Comic-Con with I went to a Comic-Con as Spider-Man in a onesie, the pajama onesie. That was my costume.
Really, that's going to be the same. It's going to be the same attire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yep. All right.
Okay. Badgers are not having a great season. I don't know if you've noticed or not. But the word is out.
Yeah, they're not showing up. Students aren't in the student section anymore. They gave up. I don't know why. You're supposed to go to the games just to have fun. You don't care if they win or lose. You don't even pay attention to that.
Well, they're fickle.
Yeah.
So is the coach. Hello.
Well, hello. Yeah.
So, that's too bad.
Yeah.
And this, I think this Saturday, they're taking on Ohio State, which is what? Now, look at this.
Who is that?
Why? I don't know. It doesn't say. It doesn't see. It's just
787 area code.
I don't know what that is. That's weird. Yeah. All right, I'm turning.
We have a text here. Yeah, I lost interest in baseball back in the late '90s when the Yankees were the highest paid team, and they kept winning. And lost interest in that's what happens.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes. Dodgers are the second highest salaried team. Now they're winning a lot. So get the money out of it and make it all fair. But that's not going to happen. Okay.
Yeah. Good.
Well,
good text.
That's a good observation.
Yeah.
You can call us. You can text us. Get the Civic Media app fired up. You can send us a voice note. Our phone number is 608-879-8255. Okay. Anything else?
You're dressing up for this is
for the night market.
Pretty much. No, I don't care about the night market. Dressing up for it. I love the night market. I think it's fantastic.
It is.
I mean, it really is a great event down here.
It is fun. It's a lot of fun.
What I want to get to is the No Kings protest.
Oh, that's Saturday.
Yes, and my wife wants us to dress up for the No Kings thing, and I am not. Well, I don't want to go to this. It's enough just to get me to go to any protest. The other day
right.
I asked everybody, "You think protest is a little out?" They've learned how to game the system with protests now. They don't have the National Guard here to game that system, but I don't know. I don't want to go as a superhero or act like we're the Avengers and we're going to save the city and save the country.
All right.
But Ann wants to do that.
Yeah. Does she really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right. It is 19 minutes past the hour. We'll be back with more of John and Gordy in the morning right here on WMDX.
Somebody's got to fact check Facebook.
Hearing loss is frustrating. If you're not sure what others are saying in conversations because of loud background noise, why not call Madison Hearing Aid Center? 608-249-4077 is their number. They offer fast and flexible appointments. Talk to Jim or Sarah. They're helping people change their lives with better hearing. Get a free hearing test online at MadisonHearingAidCenter.com. That's MadisonHearingAidCenter.com, 4706 Cottage Grove Road in Madison. Tell them John and Gordy sent you.
When you're having computer problems, you need a company you trust to get things working again, quickly and affordably. Madison Computer Works has been doing that for business and residential customers for decades. Our computer care plans take away the hassle of being without your computer or needing to bring it in for repair. Starting at only $10 a month, our local and friendly techs provide remote help and can fix most problems in just minutes. Call 608-231-8000 and sign up today. Madison Computer Works, computers that work for you.
Get the drill out of my face. Hey, no one wants to get their teeth drilled at the dentist, right? That's why I stopped. This is Dr. Chris Kammer from Victorious Dental. When you can heal cavities with brush-on medicine, why would you ever want to amputate tooth structure with a dental drill? There are no dental drills at Victorious Dental, and no shots either. Don't need them. For a kinder, more humane healing experience at the dentist, reach out to Victorious Dental at thedrillisgone.com.
What is a commercial? It's a message delivered to the people, in this instance through your radio speakers, into your ears. Why, it's like a movie for your brain. This radio commercial is directed to the business community. If you want to reach more customers, you should be using WMDX Radio. It's that simple. Just email sales@WMDXradio.com and let our crack sales team show you how to make your business grow with the #1 medium known to humankind, the radio commercial on WMDX. Long may you wave.
Monster savings are creeping in this October at Verlo Mattress of Madison. Save hundreds off of mattresses, bed frames, sheets, pillows, and more. American-made, locally.
You can ask me what's trending. What's trending? You can ask me what's trending.
Everybody's asking, what is trending? We have a few things trending here. John and Gordy in the morning. We've got Dom at the controls, and it is a slightly damp morning.
Yes, it is.
Are we expecting any more rain there, Mr. Weatherman?
Well, a couple of spots of showers, but not much. It's moving out, and then we'll just be left with cloud cover and highs around 57 today. So a little bit on the chilly side. Right now, 49 degrees. Do we have the sunrise and sunset times from your WMDX Samsung watch?
We actually do. I mean, it is here, and it is ready to go, just as the weather window is always ready to look out and check out the real weather as it's happening. Sunrise is at 7:11. I'm sorry. That
weather window gets a workout.
Window, man, I'm telling you.
It's really something.
And
a window in a window.
And it never shows anywhere. That's another big benefit of having that.
It's amazing when you think
really
about
is.
it.
Let me see. 6:14 sunset time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Be ready for it.
Starts getting darker much, much earlier.
Yeah.
Okay. We have just read a text that we thought was just a text, but it's a voice note instead.
Yeah.
So We never play these. We never get them. So let's hear how John and Gordy mangled our reading of this particular text from the actual person who sent this voice note in. Let's listen.
Okay.
Yeah, I lost interest in baseball back in the late 90s when the Yankees were the highest paying team and they kept winning. I lost interest. Finally got interest again when the Brewers were doing good. Turns out Dodgers are the second highest salaried team, and now they're winning a lot. So, yeah, get the money out of it. Make it all fair. But, yeah, that's not going to happen.
Yeah. And that's Matt out in Middleton.
Yeah, that's who that is. And now that session closed out. I wonder, did this close out because we played a voice note?
Maybe.
The screen is closed out now. Oh, God. And now you got to come over here.
All right.
Side to the left.
Just give me the password, please.
Okay. All right. I'll give it to you during the break, you know?
Oh, okay. All right. We'll wait on that then.
Yeah,
All right.
please.
Well, you can come in here and do it.
I
Just
will,
put
I
it
will.
on automatic in there.
Yeah, because I'm going to I'm just going to, bring up a story here that's trending at this point, okay? This is a funny story because the Texas National Guard had a few fat members.
It did?
Yeah. They
a little overweight?
Yes, they are, actually. And, they're
Sad.
camped out just outside of Chicago,
Yeah.
waiting to go in, but a judge stopped them from going in. But the pictures of these heavy-set National Guard unit guys from Texas created a meme on X, and all of a sudden, they were starting to embarrass the great state of Texas.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, that sparked an online furor, and the Texas Military Department benched some of these National Guard troops.
Really?
Wow.
Sent back to Texas?
Yeah, they did. They actually pulled them out, sent them back to Texas, these heavy-set guys.
Wow.
Ooh, that's not good.
That's got to be embarrassing for
just
them.
that is a bad luck, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Jeez. Pete Texas wants everybody to be, in top condition.
Fit and trim.
Yes.
Gee, I bet they were disappointed they didn't get to go have some Chicago pizza, some deep dish pizza, or while they were in the city.
Or, at least, being a cleanup crew, picking up some of the litter on the streets in the great city of Chicago.
Yeah.
So
too bad for them.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott said he was sending the elite Texas National Guard to Chicago.
Okay.
And took back a few of the heavy-set ones. And it's, that's body shaming, isn't it? You don't want to see body shaming in the military. That's not
terrible.
Good. It's not good at all.
It's too bad.
And then, of course, this is a horrible repercussion that's taken place because our orange blob that sits in the White House watching Fox News all day decided that he doesn't like green energy. He doesn't like alternative energy.
He doesn't like the windmills. He doesn't like those.
The windmills,
Right.
the ones that, grind up grain
kill all the
into
birds.
flour.
Yeah.
Those windmills. He hates those. Anyway, so all of these other companies, major companies throughout the country, have invested in the future of green energy. They spend billions and billions of dollars. They have 5-year plans to carry out this green energy, General Motors being one of them. They took $1.6 billion in investment and shelved it. They made a U-turn because, we're giving up on EVs because the Great Orange One doesn't believe that they should be there. Remember when he said all of the above for energy options, right? All of the above. Well, not exactly equal all of the above, so he's phasing out the EV factor and all of the charging stations being installed all across the country, and General Motors is taking it in the shorts, $1.6 billion. Ford did the same thing. This is a devastation for the auto industry. Now they have to go back on it and start churning out gas engines again.
Well, I don't understand. I mean, when he was buddy-buddy with Elon Musk, he had EVs out on the White House lawn.
Yes, he was selling them.
Like a used car sale.
That's right. He was the general manager, and Elon was out there hawking his
them.
stuff.
Yes. Oh, well, what happened to that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is really bad news, and it is a cost for all of these major corporations.
Yeah. What are they going to do now?
Well,
just pull back. Huh?
Yeah, they're going to
go back to gas
They're going to
engines.
slow down the rollout of EVs. I say they should have EV demonstration stations all over the country for people to try an EV, see if they like them. They will change their minds instantly when you get behind the wheel of an EV and drive it. It's fantastic.
When I drove your space car, man, that was cool.
It's smooth.
It was very cool. Yeah. All right. It is 6:29. Straight ahead, the Midwest Food and Farm Report. We'll be back with Idiocracy for Wednesday morning. John Peterson and Gordy Young, along with Tom Lee. Stay with us.
Beware of the blob, it creeps and leaps and glides and slides across the floor, right through the door and all around the wall. A splotch, a blotch, be careful of the blob.
Impacted by high-path avian influenza. I'm Pam Yankee, starting you off before the opening bell on a Wednesday morning. Quick look at what's happening in agribusiness news. So the message of biosecurity on all farms is critical at this time of the year. Danielle Biddick-Weedle is a veterinarian herself and owner of Preventalytics. She says that biosecurity is something that you should consider an investment for your overall farm health.
I always say biosecurity is kind of like an insurance plan. It's really hard to measure if it's working, because if disease isn't there, you want to attribute, your farm animal care program that's administered through the National Milk Producers Federation works on a lot of things, just basic animal care things: clean water, clean bedding, good nutrition, having a herd health program, having a veterinarian of record, having a vaccination plan, a deworming plan. All those are kind of the foundations for biosecurity, and those are investments producers make.
Danielle Bickett-Weedle, vet and owner of Preventalytics, encourages all farms to take a look at their biosecurity plan. If you've got questions, reach out to your co-ops or other industry leaders and find out what they can do to assist you. Also, make sure you're minimizing farm cross-contamination, trying to move cattle less, especially during the winter. And if there's people around your farming operation, make sure they're entering clean and thinking about your biosecurity plan as well. Markets are next.
What a win! That's how you finish a season. Pioneer brand 4-seed enlist corn dominated DeKalb Smart Stacks and VT4 Pro. An average 7.1 bushels per acre yield advantage across more than 24,000 comparisons. Plus, all that corn rootworm protection and herbicide flexibility. That's a dream team. That's Pioneer brand 4-seed enlist corn. In it to win it.
Plant the 100th season of Pioneer. Visit pioneer.com/rootworm.
Whether it's finally getting that blue ribbon or enjoying too many carnival rides, we all have memories of the fair. Here's your chance to share those stories in our Everybody Has a Fair Story contest. The Midwest Farm Report is teaming up with the Wisconsin Association of Fairs as they look for the grand champion fair story. Enter the Fair Story contest for a chance to win a cash prize at MidwestFarmReport.com.
Tuesday, the 40-pound block cheese was up 3 3/4 cents at 1.70 3/4. Double A butter up 2 at 1.64. December corn this morning down a penny at 4.12. November beans right now unchanged 10.07. July wheat up a penny at 5.42. I'm Pam Yankee.
You're listening to 92.7 WMDX, Madison's home for the Maggie Dawn Show, Monday through Friday from 4 to 6 p.m.
I'm meteorologist Brandon Borman. Showers tapering off in the morning, then expect mostly cloudy skies with highs right around 60. For tonight, an isolated shower possible after midnight, a low near 49. On Thursday, an isolated shower possible mainly in the morning, otherwise mostly cloudy with a high of 67. It's 48 degrees at our studios.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
Nightlight with Pete Schwaba.
A very funny stand-up comic, Mr. Mike Toomey. The last time I saw a Goldie Hawn film in the theater, the male lead was giving her a foot massage, and it was the worst foot I've ever seen. I actually said out loud, I went, ew. And my aunt started cracking up.
Yeah, maybe they could have had a stand-in, like a stunt foot.
Please, even if it's a guy's foot, I don't care.
Nightlight with Pete Schwaba. Weeknights from 6 till 8 on your local Civic Media radio station and on the Civic Media app. Maggie Dawn.
At 5 o'clock, I'm joined by UW political science professor Barry Burton and Professor Charles Franklin.
Human evolution does not necessarily reward intelligence, with no natural predators to thin the herd.
Oh my God!
There is a place without boundaries, a place without limits.
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
A place that is about to be violated.
Idiocracy. For the smartest guy in the world, you're pretty dumb sometimes.
Well, we've plumbed the depths of dumbness, and we have a few more stories to pass along to you.
Yeah.
This is WMDX 92.7, John and Gordy in the morning.
Yeah, we'll get to Idiocracy in just a moment. It is 6:35. We have clouds. We have some rain moving through downtown Madison at the moment on State Street. It is looking pretty wet, but this should move along. Then we'll just be left with clouds and highs. Just 57 for today. Right now, 49 degrees. I had right before we went to the break, and you spilled the coffee all over the place, you know, on your laptop.
I did, right across the keyboard.
Is it laptop working okay now?
You know, it seems to be.
Yeah, it's nice and clean.
Yeah, I've been meaning to do that. I actually have been meaning to do that, and I think coffee's a great cleaner.
It is. It really helps.
It's the option I wasn't necessarily planning on. But it works. It still works.
Well, good. So what's happening?
An amazing computer.
Idiocracy today.
Oh, well, you know, I'm looking at the radar here, and we got some storm action coming in our direction.
Okay,
so should be here fairly soon.
Pretty heavy
little
showers.
Bit more showers. Nothing heavy.
Okay.
Okay, this is something I saved.
Now you're fighting with the mic stand. Everything okay over there?
What the heck happened to the mic? Okay.
You got to tighten that elbow over there.
I'm not going to do anything at this point. I'm going to leave
Just
it.
let it be all loosey-goosey.
Okay. This, I didn't get to the story last week, but this was something I thought worth mentioning. The Oregon Republican Party is facing a backlash after it shared a social media post about a planned military deployment in Portland using, get this, a fabricated image composed of photographs from South America. Well, that's what I always think of when I want to have an actual picture of Portland. I go to South America to get pictures from there. The Guardian found this story. They reported how the Oregon Republican Party used these photographs as evidence supporting Trump's claim that Portland's protests were out of control. Okay, so it's out of control protest in South America to prove their point, showing a line of riot police in a crowd with flares creating red smoke. However, the image was a digital composite of two unrelated photographs from different South American countries. They didn't even go to just one country, they went to two, with a clear indication of its non-U.S. origin in the pictures.
Really?
Yeah, an officer's shield marked Policia kind of gave that all away, and that is a Getty image from 2008. Wow.
Nice.
Well, you know.
You get what you can, I guess.
What's
available.
Yeah, I guess, you know, AI should have been a little bit more particular in creating that image. When a journalist pointed out the image's inauthenticity, the Oregon Republican Party responded on social media with a cavalier admission. We're not reporters, Just bad memers. Well, that's great. It's good to...
Wow.
It's good to at least confess to making a big mistake.
They caved right away.
Yes.
Good for them. Oh, man.
All right. How about that insane logic around COVID? Now, this is an interesting, bizarre story. MAGA posted this. 25% of people who got the COVID shot regret it. The others are dead. So 25% regret the COVID shot. The others are dead. That was the statement from this poster on X.
Okay.
So another one noticed that and said, apparently 75% of those who got the COVID shot are dead, and the other 25% regret they got it. Anyone out there who has had the COVID vaccine is not dead yet and does not regret it, please respond. And he says, I'll start. Me. So that's good stuff.
Okay.
That's good stuff. See, it wasn't the story didn't end prematurely. That was a good follow-up.
Oh, should we go to the phones?
Yes. In fact, it's good to hear from Mark this morning because I was going to read your post on Putrid Pete, as you call him.
Yeah, Mark, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, I'll let you read the post separately, but you just switch gears a little bit on
Sure.
with Scott Walker did the same thing back in 2011 when Fox News did the same thing back in 2011 during the Act 10 protests when they were picturing protests from Tunisia trying to claim they're from Madison, Wisconsin.
I remember that. Yes, absolutely.
And what occurred to me yesterday, and the meme that's been running through my mind is that Donald Trump is a lot like Ayn Rand's superhero, William Hickman, the guy who kidnapped a girl and chopped her up and took her hostage. I mean, that's precisely what Trump is doing to the United States. I mean, he's taken the nation hostage, chopping it up, and saying that that's okay. I mean, that he's just trying to destroy the United States democracy, and it's all about Donald Trump. And the guy's superhero statement is what is good for me is right. And that's what Donald Trump believes. What is good for him is right, and damned to be the rest of the world as long as it's right for him.
That's right.
His family gathering wealth. I mean, maybe it's a little, as I think Trump is equally as twisted as William Hickman. He might not have actually, kidnapped a little girl and murdered her, but he certainly has tried his best to destroy our democracy.
Absolutely.
In addition to his,
well, he doesn't. He doesn't have to care about what is proper, what isn't, because for him, it's just take it all down and create it in his image, which is crazy, isn't it? I mean, the guy failed at. Yeah, he failed at gambling casinos. How do you fail at that? Right?
I don't know, but Putrid Pete really is.
Yeah.
Pete Hegstaff.
Yep. All right,
guys.
Thanks a lot, Mark. I appreciate it. We talked the other day about some of the protests in these cities. Portland is doing it the right way. They're dressing people up in costumes, big animal costumes, a frog. And in fact, the frog thing is taken off in meme form on X. They have
really
AI-created animations, like George Washington.
Okay.
And it's just fun stuff. But anyway, what happened is they had a protest the other day, and it was the nude bike protest. And that took place in the rain. I understand they're getting quite rainy out there. But at this was just incredible. I saw this video, and it was a takeoff on the nude bike protest. It was a nude die-in. So they covered this entire, it looked like a bridge, but the entire bridge was just covered with people just lying there. A lot of them naked. We had, the costume people. We had a half-clothed Santa Claus laying out there and a few naked people, but it was covered with people just performing a protest, a die-in protest on a bridge out there in Portland. They know how to do it right.
Wow.
And those guys are good.
That's interesting. I mean, they all just laid on the bridge
They
naked.
did, yes. Yeah. Yes, well.
That'll get some attention.
Some did, not everybody.
They were not all naked. Okay.
But maybe we should start doing that all over the country.
You
Maybe
think
that
so?
would be a way to counter, ICE and the National Guard,
Yeah.
pushing people around, wrestling to the ground. I would like to see them wrestle to the ground a bear or a frog. Or a bunny rabbit,
Sure.
or maybe a cow with an udder. I just want to
Costume
see
characters.
them, tackle these animated characters. And
Well, just in time for Halloween, you get a double use out of your Halloween costume that way. you know?
Exactly. Wouldn't that be the best way to protest?
Right.
Okay.
I like it.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad you
Work
like
on
it. We're working on it, though. We're working on it.
Okay.
I want to get to this. This is kind of an odd story. The FBI is very serious about going after Antifa. They want to break up the Antifa network, which no one ever heard of until just recently.
Doesn't really exist.
No. And it kind of piggybacks with the John and Gordy Antifa After School, which is something we're trying to bring to each and every school in the country.
There.
I mean, if they can put Charlie Kirk, Turning Point USA in the schools, which is a purely political organization, and plop it in the schools with conservative thinking, I think that maybe the Antifa after-school program is just what we need to counter that, right?
Yes.
Okay, so anyway, the FBI is very serious about going after Antifa members, and now we're going to have to start looking over our shoulders because of our after-school program, Gordy.
Okay. Oh,
but
no.
anyway, the FBI showed up at Glenn Beck's home,
Really?
and they started interviewing him about his expose on Antifa, and they wanted to get the word out. And who best to talk to than Glenn Beck to get a little propaganda on the airwaves? So Glenn Beck was good at it. Let's listen to what he said.
Okay.
But if I were in that imaginary group of Antifa,
in quotes,
which, by the way, has imaginary leaders leaving the country to go maybe to imaginary countries outside of the U.S.
really
right now,
imaginary. It is.
I would be very concerned if I were part of anything that was sending money their way or assistance their way. I don't know. I might be a little concerned because the FBI is dead ass serious. Thank you, Donald Trump, Kash Patel, and all of the agents at the FBI.
Yes. They're going after.
Glenn Beck.
Yes, they're certainly going after the Antifa organization, network, whatever you want to call it. Oh, now here, the brewer, the owner of Minocqua Brewing, posted his sign: "Wisconsin's next governor needs to be Antifa."
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that piqued the interest of our governor candidate, Tom Tiffany. This is a disastrous campaign. It was almost as bad as some of the other ones that we've talked about. But Tom Tiffany is on this thing like flies on you-know-what. Every petty comment, every rumor, every sideshow, every random opinion, every obvious lie, Tom Tiffany is going to jump on board. And this is what he said: "More disgusting rhetoric from a Democrat leader in our state. Antifa is a violent domestic terrorist organization. The media should ask every Wisconsin Democrat governor candidate if they support Antifa." Again, Antifa is anti-fascist.
Yes.
So do we support anyone who's against fascism? Well, that's an easy question to answer.
Yeah.
Oh, this Tom Tiffany is a disaster. I don't think he even knows what Antifa. The thing is, they come up with acronyms. They really hate acronyms, and it makes it very simple for them to make their point. They don't even have to think about what the acronym means, what the words are. And Antifa is like an acronym. They just say it now, and everything is the Antifa protesters, right? I mean, this is their preceding protester with Antifa now.
Yeah.
This is really, I mean, you just want to show your stupidity? Go ahead, please. For the rest of the world to see, we encourage it.
Okay. It is 6:48, 49 degrees, rain showers in Madison this morning. We'll be back with more of Idiocracy with John and Gordy on WMDX.
Come work with us. Civic Media has a number of great jobs across the state. Open now at civicmedia.us/careers.
This portion of John and Gordy in the Morning is brought to you by Madison Hearing Aid Center. If you're having trouble with your hearing, do something about it. Talk with the good folks at Madison Hearing Aid Center. They're at 4706 Cottage Grove Road. Call them and make an appointment at 608-249-4077. You can take an initial hearing test online at MadisonHearingAidCenter.com. Don't let your hearing loss frustrate you anymore. They help John and Gordy hear better, and they can help you too. Madison Hearing Aid Center.
Looking to grow a career? David J. Frank Landscaping is hiring. Enjoy competitive wages, opportunities for professional growth, and a supportive team environment. No experience necessary. Yes, David J. Frank provides paid training. Enjoy the benefits of working at one of the top green industry companies in the country. If you're just looking to make some money on the side, David J. Frank is also hiring for snow removal. Call 608-283-9276 or visit davidjfrank.com/jobs and see if this is the team for you.
You're listening to the American Democracy Minute, keeping your government buy-in for the people. Oral arguments in Louisiana versus Calais are scheduled for October 15th in the U.S. Supreme Court, with interpretation of the 14th and 15th Amendments under debate and the Voting Rights Act in the balance. The 14th Amendment enshrines civil and legal rights of formerly enslaved Americans. Section 1 says in part, "No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States." And in what became known as the Equal Protection Clause, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. The 15th Amendment states, "The right of citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of race, color, or previous condition of servitude." But black, native, and other minority voters faced another 100 years of discrimination before Congress enforced it with the Voting Rights Act of 1965. President Lyndon Johnson told Congress,
"Our fathers believed that if this noble view of the rights of man was to flourish, it must be rooted in democracy. The most basic right of all was the right to choose your own leaders. The history of this country, in large measure, is the history of expansion of that right to all of our people."
Find a live stream link for the October 15th, 10 a.m. arguments at AmericanDemocracyMinute.org.
My name's John Driscoll, proud member of the Patriotic Millionaires. When I was CEO at CareCentrix, I doubled entry-level wages. The impact? Productivity went up, turnover went down, and the company was successful. When employees are off the clock, they're real consumers, the consumers that drive the economy with their spending. By paying employees a fair wage, we're actually helping out all of us in giving our economy the best chance to succeed. I'm John Driscoll, I'm a Patriotic Millionaire, and I approve this message.
Disorder, from the sirens night and day, from the fires of the homeless, from the ashes of the gay, democracy is coming to the USA.
John and Gordy in the Morning, WMDX 92.7. Check us out on the Civic Media app. Check our station and then text us or voice note us or give us a call as well. What is that phone number, Gordy?
That number, John, is 608-879-8255.
I actually don't know it.
608-879-8255.
All right.
879-TALK.
Hey, we got a call already, don't we?
We do.
All right.
CJ is on the phone this morning.
All right, CJ.
Good morning, CJ. How are you?
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Not bad.
How was your adventure yesterday waving the flag up at the state capitol? We saw you outside our window. You called us in, and then
and we posted it, right?
We got it on our
92.7 website. Yes.
Yeah.
How'd I look? Did I look dapper?
You did.
You were all dressed up in a suit and tie. Yeah.
Yes. Pulled it out of the mothballs just for you guys.
Did you get a lot of good reaction up at the Capitol?
You guys talk about those little ninja people, Antifas, they run around the country.
Yes, the Antifa in quotes.
I wonder if we'd follow them as much as, do you think they aren't quite as smart as the Black Lives Matter leaders who had people send in millions of dollars. Whatever happened to those leaders? They bought themselves mansions and cars and stuff. Boy, they really cared about the Black lives, didn't they?
Well, you know, somehow along the way,
that organization.
I think that's more on the right wing. That's a talking point there. I've never heard of that, but go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, what happened to those Black Lives Matter leaders?
I don't know.
From them. They don't care about the Black lives.
But
they
you
took the money and ran.
You kind of brought it up here, and I'll go a little bit further on that. Every time they talk about all these big protests, in fact, the No Kings protest, they're saying that the George Soros paid protesters are turning out for the No Kings protest.
Yeah, they are.
Where is this money? No one's getting paid that I know of.
Are going to follow the money, guys.
Yeah.
They're going to follow the money,
so
and they're going to see where that money went, kind of like the Black Lives Matter.
I would love to find out where
money. They live in mansions now.
If George Soros,
isn't that quite amazing?
If
that
George,
no one cares
don't know where you're getting
that
information.
Yeah, we don't know where you're getting that, but okay, now you've said it. Now it's fact. All right. Now, what about the paid protesters? They keep saying these are paid protesters, and we've never, ever been able to come up with a paycheck, or no one I know has ever been paid. Why is that?
George Soros.
Yeah, why is that?
I don't know. Good question.
All right. Well, anyway, that's the big question I have. This is something I have to pass this along to you. This just blew my mind. This is a Fox TV affiliate up north, Winnebago County. This is just really something else, okay? They covered this story. The Winnebago County Democratic Party is being criticized for hate speech materials at their farmers market up there in Winnebago County.
What?
Now, listen to this story. They have absolutely no proof that any of this happened. But they're covering the story anyway. It blew my mind. Just check this out. This is cut 130. Let's listen to this.
Okay.
Some people in Oshkosh are criticizing the Winnebago County Democratic Party.
It comes after some at this past weekend's farmers market say a party volunteer handed out hate speech materials.
It's hate speech. I mean, it's literally wishing death on somebody, which isn't appropriate in any scenario.
Katie Neubauer says she and her family were enjoying their Saturday morning at the Oshkosh Farmers Market this past weekend. But things took a turn, she says, when her 8-year-old child was handed a bracelet from a member of the Winnebago County Democratic Party's booth.
The guy behind the tent table said, "Hey, give this to your mom. She's going to really want this." And one of the children comes running up, gives us the bracelet, and we're looking at it, and it literally says, "Is he dead yet?" on the bracelet.
Neubauer and the Republican Party of Winnebago County assumed this was a hate speech reference to President Donald Trump. Fox 11 was unable to get a photo of the bracelets. We've been working to get questions answered by the County Democratic Party. Fox 11 also reached out to the Democratic Party of Wisconsin. It declined an interview, but instead the party's communications director, Philip Schulman, texted us a statement that reads, "The materials brought by a volunteer without the authorization of the party are not in line with our values, and we regret this happened." The Oshkosh Farmers Market tells Fox 11 it received about 10 complaints from customers about the bracelets. Market manager Michelle Schmid-Schultz also confirmed it was the Winnebago County Democratic Party's booth handing out the materials. The organization will be allowed to set up for future markets. In Oshkosh, Tony Langfellow, Fox 11
All right,
News.
so here's the thing, and there's a follow-up on this. The Democratic Party apparently is not going to be at the farmers market anymore.
Okay.
So they've been bounced out of there, been kicked out on a rumor that there's a bracelet.
They never got a picture?
Yet? There's no picture.
Okay, but there were 10 complaints.
10 complaints from people who apparently disagree with the bracelet, not a number of them. They didn't distribute a bunch of them.
Didn't see
there is just one bracelet that no one has been able to come up with. I couldn't believe that they actually had this story on their newscast. There's no proof. Why would they jump on something like this? I mean, to this day, no one has even created an AI rendition of what that bracelet might look like, okay? And guess what? Our governor candidate, Tom Tiffany, is on this one, too.
Oh, boy.
He wrote this past weekend at the Oshkosh Farm Market of the Winnebago County Democratic Party, gave a kid a bracelet that read, "Is he dead yet?" regarding President Trump. You don't know if it's regarding anybody. This political hate and violence has no place in Wisconsin. Well, thank you, Tom, for straightening that one out. We were questioning that all along.
He's running with it.
He's a disaster.
Go with it.
Just waiting. Oh,
man. Okay.
Waiting.
All right. Oh, coming up in our 7 o'clock hour, Mike McCabe will join us as he does every Wednesday. He'll be here about 7:35, and we've got news straight ahead.
We got the big story, by the way.
Oh, yes, the big story.
The Obama subsidies back in the news.
Yes, that's coming up on WMDX.
And great conversation. A civic media station.
ABC News, I'm Wayne Cabot. Israel says one of the bodies just handed over by Hamas is not a hostage.
Israel is accusing Hamas of violating the Gaza ceasefire by moving too slowly to release the remains of deceased hostages. Israel is now threatening to reduce aid flowing into Gaza by half.
ABC's Stephanie Ramos, of the 28 bodies Hamas has been holding, only 7 have been returned. Hamas says it's a challenge to recover all the remains given the near total destruction of Gaza. Israel's prime minister says he has a cold and is skipping his corruption trial today, during which he was to be cross-examined. Homeland Secretary Kristi Noem's video to air travelers blames Democrats for the government shutdown. It's unclear this morning if any airports are running that video. Chicagoans got tear-gassed by federal agents when protesters gathered at the scene of a crash between the agents and a man fleeing arrest. This is ABC News.
Madison, Wisconsin. Students, government, lakes, and 92.7 WMDX.
For WMDX News, I'm Shali Pittman, filling in for Savannah Tomei Olson. Lawmakers in both chambers of the state capitol yesterday spent hours debating dozens of bills, and one with broad support would take cell phones out of classrooms. Assembly Bill 2 requires school boards to ban students from using wireless communication devices during instructional time. That means cell phones and tablets, laptops, and gaming devices. Districts would have to adopt their policies by next July, with exceptions for emergencies or when a teacher lets students use them. But even with bipartisan backing, debate in the state Senate centered on when those phones might actually be needed.
I've had many folks within law enforcement reach out to me and say, I'm happy that these phones are not in these kids' hands during an emergency because they don't need to be sitting there and texting. They need to be making sure that they are safe, that they are listening to instructions.
Senator Rachel Cabral Guevara, Republican from Appleton. She cites a Marquette Law School poll from this summer, which shows that nearly 9 in 10 Wisconsin voters support banning phones during class. Nearly 3/4 support banning them all school day. Democratic Senator Melissa Ratcliffe of Cottage Grove is against the bill. She says it could make lockdowns more dangerous and says school districts should set their own policies rather than the state.
Following a shooting or a community-wide emergency, a quick text message or call is often the only way that a parent can confirm their child is safe or vice versa, mitigating widespread panic and unnecessary delays for first responders.
The measure passed the state Senate 29-4. It cleared the assembly in February and now heads to Governor Evers' desk. For WMDX News, I'm Shali Pittman.
The Dodgers win again. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with Sports Baseball. The Dodgers winning Game 2 of the National League Championship Series 5-1 over the Brewers. LA now up 2-0 in the best-of-7 series. So what's the solution? The Brewers' Christian Yelich.
Yeah, we just got to play better. It's not an ideal start to the series by any means. It's not what you want to get off to, but just got to continue to battle and find a way to get the offense going. I got to be better. We got to be better. Just facts, So fly out tonight, take the off day tomorrow, and be ready to battle in Game 3.
Game 3 tomorrow night in L.A. at 5:08. NFL, the Packers trying to figure out why they've given up 60 points in the fourth quarter in just the first 5 games of the season.
We're just like, why is that happening? Are we running out of gas? They got the ball to start the second half. They go on that 18-play drive or whatever it was. I mean, ate up or 10 minutes off the clock. I don't know. Does that gas you out?
That's Packers head coach Matt LaFleur with Sports on Mike Clemens.
Catch Farm Report updates throughout the day from the Midwest Farm Report, right here on 92.7 WMDX.
I'm meteorologist Brandon Bormans. Showers tapering off in the morning, then expect mostly cloudy skies with highs right around 60. For tonight, an isolated shower possible after midnight, a low near 49. On Thursday, an isolated shower possible mainly in the morning, otherwise mostly cloudy with a high of 67. Currently, it's 49.
No fear here, just monster savings at Verlo Mattress of Madison. This October, the only thing creeping near your bed is a deal too good to miss. We custom make every mattress so you know exactly what's inside. No tricks, just treats. Save hundreds on mattresses, foundations, headboards, sheets, and more. Monster savings at Verlo Mattress of Madison. Upgrade your bedroom and unleash the sleep of your dreams. American made, locally crafted, Verlo. Hurry in before these monster savings vanish. Verlo Mattress of Madison.
As veterans, we're no strangers to helping others.
That's what we were taught, service before self.
But we do have one question for the veterans listening.
When was the last time you reached out for help?
If you or someone you know needs resources, whether it's for stress, finances, employment, or mental health, don't wait. Reach out.
Find more information at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Pete Schwaba.
On the next Nightlight, I welcome comedian, TV host, and host of the Travel Tales podcast, Mike Siegel. Then Tim Sowers from the Overture Center joins me to light it up.
Nightlight with Pete Schwaba. Weeknights from 6 till 8.
Transmitted by wire.
Here is the latest news brought into your own living room.
You'll be hard to satisfy with anything less.
Let's give them something to talk about.
Talk is cheap. Gib. Always gossiping.
It's the John and Gordy Show.
This is High Five Plus.
And that's the way it is.
We'll do it live.
On 92.7 FM WMDX. Take it away, boys.
Okay. All right. Yeah, well, pass the baton. Thank you.
Good morning. It is 7:06. We've got some scattered light rain showers working their way through Madison. State Street looking kind of wet from our vantage point here downtown. Block off the Capitol.
The WMDX Doppler radar is indicating a few clouds moving our way.
So. Yes. It's 49 degrees, highs in the mid to upper 50s today.
Just made that up.
Okay. Tomorrow night is the night market. We will be in attendance there with our booth right across the street from our station here. And right in front of the Overture Center at Night Market, the last one of the season. And the theme, at least we're going with the theme of dressing up in weird costumes.
Okay,
Is that the idea? Okay.
That is. Gordy, what are you going to wear?
I have no idea. I've just moved, so everything's in boxes. I can't find.
He's got an excuse.
Yeah, right. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Go as the unknown comic.
You can sure. Put a bag over my head.
Put a bag over your head.
That'd be fine. That'd be good with me. You're dressed up as Bucky Badger. Is that your plan?
Yeah, the Bucky Badger onesie. Man, I'm trying not to say it out loud so many times, but I guess, yeah.
Okay. And John, what's your deal?
I don't know. Going
to dress as Spider-Man
We're still
again?
arguing about the No Kings protest.
Oh, that's on Saturday.
Turning up as the Avengers. I don't know. I just don't know.
Well, anyway, join us for the Madison Night Market tomorrow evening from 5 until 9.
All right. Yeah. This is kind of late-breaking news. I haven't really edited this thing up, but I just thought I'd pass it along. This is the Chicago Sun-Times. They're reporting on this at the request. Okay, let's just go back a little bit here. Remember in COVID and all the rumors about taking this drug and that drug and trying this and that, and the administration. Remember? Do you remember?
Yes. Going back in time.
And the administration at the time, Biden said, hey, we really have to stop all of this. Could you please, he talked to social media, could you just please, tamp down all of this because we don't need this misinformation going out there.
Right.
These are lies, misinformation. Please tamp this down. And then he did. They took a lot of it off. Then when Trump came into office, everything just opened up. The billionaires fell in line with Trump, and they said, we're getting rid of the censorship. No more of this censorship. We're going to go full bore.
Sure.
You can post whatever the hell you want. You bet.
Anything.
You guys are open. All right. So here we go. At the request of the Department of Justice, a Facebook group used by nearly 80,000 people in Chicago to report sightings of federal immigration agents in the area has been taken down by Meta, Zuckerberg,
Really?
Facebook parent company. Yeah, the group called ICE Sighting Chicagoland has been increasingly used over the last few weeks of Operation Midway Blitz. But the Trump administration has claimed that its agents, nearly all of them who wear face coverings, don't wear badges, and at times vehicles without license plates, are under attack somehow. They're being doxxed. This is according to Pam Bondi. And who believes her?
Okay.
The AG. Okay, here, this is what she said. Today, following outreach from the Department of Justice, Facebook removed a large group page that was being used to dox and target ICE agents in Chicago. Don't think so. We don't know who they are. They don't have identification.
Yeah. Well,
anyway, so
they took that Facebook page
So they
down.
took it down by the request of the administration, which, by the way, during the Biden administration was a huge issue. They were censoring the right wing. They were censoring people. They couldn't do it anymore. And Zuckerberg said, yeah, let's go full bore. Put out whatever you want out there. And now they're censoring Facebook site that is just, I guess, reporting where the agents are. That's all. They're not doxing anybody.
Okay.
Yeah. So interesting, isn't it? It's a different story. You know, they do live under a different set of rules than everybody else, this administration, and especially when you're a dictatorship and a fascist government.
We got a text here, John, from Martin in Verona. He says, imagine the mixed feelings of these ICE thugs' parents. Talking about ICE agents' parents.
Yeah.
The shame of raising a hateful man baby with nothing of value to offer this world, and the relief of having them have a job that gets them out of the basement. So mixed feelings. Now, about CJ, he has tunnel vision because he views the world through his navel. It's the only way he can see out of his head shoved so far up his keister. That's Martin of Verona.
All right, Martin.
Thank you for that comment. You can text us on the Civic Media app or call us 608-879-8255.
The thing is, you would think that there would be a little bit more criticism from even MAGAs, right?
Yeah,
I mean, obviously, we're looking at this administration censoring a group. Another group just doing something legal. They can do this. They're making observations. They're just giving people a heads up. People can go to the site. They don't have to go to the site. It's just out there. They're not lying. They're not telling lies. They're not doxing anybody. They're not doing anything because how do you know who these people are? So when no one believes this administration anymore at all, I mean, judges are making decisions based on the fact that they can't believe what they're being told in court.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening now. Let's go to the phone lines again. We've got Charles. Charles, what do you got for us today?
Good morning, Charles.
Good morning, guys. You know, I am sitting here crying. I am so upset that our conservative caller from Stone didn't mention that, you know, our president is giving Argentina $20 billion.
No, and that story blew up yesterday. Wow.
Yes.
Yep, I am so sad that our Stoughton friend, who's always talking about the budget and the money that we're going to, our kids are going to have to pay back, didn't seem to have a problem with our country giving Argentina $20 billion.
Oh, yeah.
Where's that outrage at?
Yeah, and it really reaches into rural country. That they voted for Trump, and now Trump has completely betrayed them. Argentina, of course, supplying soybeans now to China. Yeah, completely wiping out any sales of soybeans to China from our country.
Yeah, soybean farmers are suffering here.
Right. And then now, because of the trade wars, we're going to use tariff money to pay the farmers again. And by the way, that's my money too.
Yeah.
And I support the farmers. But I don't want to see this happen. They don't want to see it happen. They've just lost a market partner.
Right.
I mean, they've been, these are relationships built up over years, decades. And they just lost it to another country that we're giving billions of dollars to, and we're keeping people from getting health care in this country because the budget is so tight. I don't think it is.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy stuff.
Back to the phones we go. Dick is on the line. Good morning, Dick. Go ahead.
Yeah, and $45 billion for ICE. I mean,
yeah.
On it goes. Another wonderful thing, don't you think, guys, is now we're not going to get any news from the Pentagon. The networks are all being shut off. I mean, there's nothing going on there anyway, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, except for, keeping track of the fat and heavy set military.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. But, yeah, that's a wonderful thing to hear, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
it's just unbelievable that they could actually go around. I mean, after all the complaining they did about being censored, they go out and they censor people on Facebook. I'm beside myself. Okay. I'm kind of burying the big story that I had this afternoon, or this morning, rather. This is about Obamacare. Now, a lot of stuff is going on behind the scenes, and Speaker Mike Johnson refuses to negotiate any of the items that the Democrats are demanding, especially approving the tax credits for the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare. All right? But there is actually something going on behind the scenes, and there's a menu of options they're starting to come up with, a compromise that it might actually take place.
Really?
Yes.
What?
On the Affordable Care Act tax credits, believe this or not. No. Now, this is the bad news. There are people on the right that don't get it yet. They don't actually understand Obamacare. They really never paid for it. They never investigated. They never signed up for it, so they don't know what's involved. House Majority Leader Steve Scalise, who's never quite gotten ACA, said about 90% of members of our conference, they feel strongly that Obamacare itself and the subsidies have failed. Well, as a person who has been on Obamacare and whose family is still on Obamacare, you're wrong, completely wrong. It makes it affordable with the tax credits. And we do have health care now, and it covers pre-existing conditions. So you're absolutely wrong. It hasn't failed at all. All right. Now, here are some of the MAGA solutions, except for one. Okay. This is Marjorie Taylor Greene. This is cut 131. We're not going to consider this one. Okay. This is her point of view on the tax credits.
Okay. Let's take health insurance for example. I'm a conservative, and I can say we're $37 trillion in debt. We cannot afford a socialized healthcare plan in America. We literally cannot. But at the same time, I can say we sent almost $300 billion to Ukraine. We sent $30 billion to Israel in 2024 alone. I can say we definitely should extend these ACA tax credits, and we need to build an off-ramp because it'll cost $30 billion a year to do it. We can build an off-ramp and open up a new system that will serve every American. Yeah.
Right. No, it's not going to be an off-ramp. you guys don't have another plan. No.
What's the plan?
They
don't have a plan.
There is no plan. And when you think about it, because of these tax credits and the added tax credits because of the COVID problem we had, all of that is a tremendous amount of money. And that money increases as the premiums increase on the Affordable Care Act. And we're paying a lot of taxpayer money into this system. Why not just go with universal health care and stop dinking around with this thing? All right. Well, anyway, here are some of the other options and parts of the solutions to this. A 1-year extension. Okay, put it off for another year. That's one of the possibilities. Okay. MAGA is open to imposing new income caps similar to the current credit caps, which is about $200,000. Okay. Cutting off enhanced tax credits for new enrollees. So you're grandfathered in. That's not fair. That's not good. And how about this? Mandate a minimum out-of-pocket payment to unlock eligibility. All right? But that doesn't make any sense either. Why would you do that? And in just a moment, I'm going to tell you why there's a crazy group out there called Paragon Health Institute. You know, they've got their little institute guys running around, and it's a small group, but they're influencing the entire Congress when it comes to these tax credits.
The Paragon Health Institute.
Yeah.
That's a weird name.
I know,
okay.
Stupid name. All right, and we'll be getting to their point of view and what they're doing to our healthcare system in just a moment.
And coming up in about 15 minutes, Mike McCabe will join us because it's Wednesday and because he's a Substack blogger with a new blog. He'll be telling us about that, a little bit about education this time around.
Actually.
Right? It's all coming up on John and Gordy on WMDX.
Fueled by coffee, driven by curiosity.
If you've ever found yourself driving down a quiet back road and thought, this feels special, you might be on one of our state's rustic roads.
The program was created by the legislature back in 1973. It's really a unique local-state partnership.
Officials wanted people by car, bike, motorcycle, or even on foot to enjoy the natural beauty. The first rustic road designated in Taylor County 50 years ago this month.
There's 124 roads that have been designated rustic roads in Wisconsin in 62 different counties, and it spans over 784 miles.
Each rustic road is unique, rolling past farmland through forests or covering rugged terrain. And the speed limit tops out at 45 miles an hour, sometimes even slower. It's not about getting anywhere fast. This slice of Wisconsin reveals sometimes the best part of the journey is the road itself. I'm Terry Baugh.
At Hazelden Betty Ford, treating mental health isn't just about breaking old patterns. It's about braving new ones. As the leader in alcohol and drug treatment for 75 years, we know caring for addiction, anxiety, depression, and trauma goes hand in hand. We're here for you with new tools when life breaks down. Discover your path to better mental health at hazeldenbettyford.org/Wisconsin. Sponsored by Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation.
Cheese curds and craft beer. Progressive politics and football fans. Only Madison could make it all work together. We're the radio station that gets it. Because we live here with you. 92.7 WMDX. Serving up real news and great conversation about the things we care about. The things that make our city absolutely irresistible. Keeping Madison caffeinated and conversating. WMDX.
Get monster savings during October at Verlo Mattress of Madison. Save hundreds off mattresses, platforms, bed frames, sheets, pillows, and plenty more. American-made, locally crafted. Check out monster savings all month.
Welcome to the age of stupid.
We've got a story here that will actually point a finger right at how stupid some of these right-wing groups are. I mean, this is just really unbelievable. WMDX 92.7, John and Gordy in the morning. Dom at the controls, and feel free to text us, voice note us, and also give us a jingle on the phone.
608-879-8255.
All right.
Okay.
This is utterly stupid. This small conservative think tank called Paragon Health Institute, which has a lot of influence in the Congress at this point, is outraged over millions of phantom enrollees. I am not kidding you. They are warning Congress that there are phantom enrollees in the ACA, individuals who don't know they've enrolled in a health plan on the Affordable Care Act in the marketplace. These are enrollees who've been tricked. They are enrolled, and they don't know it. These are called phantom enrollees by this Paragon Health Institute, okay?
All right.
Well, you got to say, well, what do they mean by phantom enrollees?
Yes.
Well, this is how they think of it. It's where people are on health plans but don't file any medical claims.
Okay.
It truly is the age of stupid, is it not? So because you don't have a health event, you don't need to go to the doctor,
right?
You are now considered a phantom on the ACA in the marketplace.
According to this group.
My head is starting to hurt at this point. Now you know why I curl up in the fetal position.
Would you like some Tylenol?
In the middle of the day.
That sounds like a lot of confusion and delay.
There you go.
Yes, there is, as Sir Topham had. So if you don't need health care, you don't take advantage of it. And this is the same argument I had with Medicaid, putting people on Medicaid. Unless they're worried, they got to work, or else, they're going to take advantage of Medicaid. But they're not going to take advantage of Medicaid if they don't need it. It's not like a paycheck. They don't get a paycheck every month. It's not taxpayer money going to them, right?
Right.
I mean, this is just absolutely mind-numbingly stupid. And get this, on top of that, Paragon commissioned a poll showing a majority of voters want the subsidies to expire. Wow. Well, that's in conflict with a September 2025 poll by the nonpartisan Kaiser Health Foundation that came up with 78% of the public wants to extend the enhanced tax credits. So according to the Paragon Institute, no one wants it extended. According to the Kaiser Health Foundation, which I think I would believe first, 78% of the public. And, there is no percentage below 50%. Conservatives, middle-of-the-road people, undecided, they all want to extend the tax credits. And finally, a House Republican aide described the Paragon Health Institute as a conservative brainiac guys in this conservative health institute. Conservative brainiac guys. So let me remind you, if you're unfamiliar with Brainiac, he is a super villain in the DC comics. So, okay, maybe I'll go along with that comparison. Let's go to Joe. Joe's on the line right now.
Good morning, Joe. Go ahead.
Wow. Well, this is another escapade in stupid. It's kind of amazing. I think, you put Paragon and then you put Institute. And I think you guys should go for an institute. I think you should have the John and Gordy Institute.
Oh, yeah.
And I think you need a little cut line, maybe like here for you while others are sleeping. But when you talked about Brainiac, maybe you could be kind of like Brainiac, but not evil. You could do something like that. You could just work it. And I just, the reason why I'm calling, boy, I don't know if you can top that story that you just had, but I am so, the lying is so intense. The lying is so, it's like a fire hose of lies.
Mm-hmm.
I had a friend who just said, that two questions to ask are, what's your evidence, and have you looked at a timeline? And I mean, what's your evidence could take care of like 99%, maybe that's a lie, of Trump's claims, like your child will go into the school and come out transgendered in one day. Okay, right.
Or protesters are paid to go protest.
Yeah.
Sure, and I never got a check.
I never did either.
I never got a check.
Nope.
And I guess the other question, so what's your evidence? And the other one was, look at a timeline. And there was a wonderful one this week from the fail son, Eric Trump, who's written a book, and apparently it's a book that never went through an editor or a fact checker, because he claims that Jack Smith planted classified documents prior to the raid, FBI raid that took place on August 8th at Mar-a-Lago. in order for this to have happened, Jack Smith would have had to warp the time-space continuum because he was not assigned to that case at that point. It wasn't until 3 months later, and in fact, Jack Smith was in Europe, working another job, and so this notion that he would be there, and he said, well, he's planting the manila folders. You could see Jack Smith. What that? So I guess, I really hope that you're the John and Gordy Institute, here for you while others are sleeping. Maybe there's something you guys can do to keep pushing on this fire hose of lies that we have.
We're definitely going to spitball that.
Great idea, Joe. Thank you so much.
Great stuff,
Joe. We got to workshop that a little bit, but that's pretty much a go
I think
on that
so,
one.
Yeah. I mean, we could add it to our Antifa after school program.
We got a lot to work on here.
I know,
man. It never ends. Okay, 29 past the hour, and we've got the Midwest Food and Farm Report, and then Mike McCabe will join us. He's got a new Substack article kind of about the history of education in the United States.
But, training for one thing.
Yes.
All these classes are training people for certain occupations, and then they just disappear because of technology.
Right. It's all coming up on John and Gordy, WMDX.
The end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world.
Fashionable.
Farm news that impacts you and your community from the Midwest Farm Report throughout your day on 92.7 WMDX. You probably see something like this every day, an email that doesn't look quite right, or a phone call to your cell phone and you don't recognize the number. You know how to manage those items, but scammers are getting better at the way they try to infiltrate your information. I'm Pam Yankee with a quick update on what's happening in food and farming news on a Wednesday. And the Wisconsin Department of Ag, Trade, and Consumer Protection tells us there is a new attack on our seniors. Details next.
At Steffes Auctioneers, we don't just sell, we guide. Knowing what your equipment or land is worth isn't just a number, it's clarity. It's the first step in making smart decisions for your future. That's why we offer honest, market-based valuations with no pressure to sell. Just insight you can trust. Start with the conversation or start with the valuation. Steffes Auctioneers. We don't just sell, we guide. Not sure where to start? Let's talk. Visit steffesgroup.com right now. That's STEFFES group.com.
Michelle Reinen is the administrator at the Wisconsin Department of Ag, Trade, and Consumer Protection for the Division of Trade and Consumer Protection. She said they are learning that seniors are being targeted more and more these days by scammers that are trying to get at their nest egg.
Some of it is that they are older and believed to have more in their nest egg, if you will, more money, so that they become a larger target in that concept. Others are because of the method of communication that they more traditionally use, being a telephone versus social media. So there's more opportunity for engagement with them. You can get into a conversation. That scam can go on for many different layers, if you will, or phases. Another reason why they may be targeted more often is they may be more secluded.
Michelle Reinen with the Wisconsin Department of Ag, Trade, and Consumer Protection says aside from that seclusion, some seniors are also taking medications that can have side effects that leave them confused. The bottom line, she says, is make sure that you're touching base, trying to put in monitoring systems to make sure if there's transactions that your senior is involved with, they are legitimate.
No one should have to navigate herd health alone. Luckily, you don't have to. A successful operation requires teamwork. Visit bio-vet.com and let us help identify key challenges and offer expert solutions unique to your situation. We evaluate your full herd health plan and make economical recommendations to your operation. Learn more about our team and products for herd health at bio-vet.com.
Innovation, that's BioVet.
And as fall colors start to pop up around Wisconsin, we'd love to see your favorite picture. You can send it to us via our talk text line. That's 877-301-FARM, 877-301-3276. I'm Pam Yankee.
You're listening to 92.7 WMDX, Madison's home for the Todd Allball Show, weekday afternoons from 2 to 4.
I'm meteorologist Brandon Bormans. Showers tapering off in the morning, then expect mostly cloudy skies with highs right around 60. For tonight, an isolated shower possible after midnight, a low near 49. On Thursday, an isolated shower possible mainly in the morning, otherwise mostly cloudy with a high of 67. Currently, it's 49.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for youth.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
This. We got 3.5 more years. This is John and Gordy in the morning as I contemplate this. We've got our special guest each and every Wednesday morning. It is Mike McCabe, our Substack author and commentator, and the guy who looks at things in a very positive way, who's going to lift us all up this morning.
It's all on you, Mike. Good morning.
Well, good morning.
Yeah.
No pressure.
No.
It's kind of a rainy day around Madison, 49 degrees currently. More showers headed our way this morning. Should clear out this afternoon, high around 57. So, Mike,
what do you think of our weather window, by the way? You can look out the weather window and actually see the weather the way it really is. I mean, it's a fantastic device that we have put together.
It's a window.
Rain's already letting up. I can
There you go.
I can tell you that.
Is that right?
Having just walked over here.
Walked in it, yeah. So anyway, yes, you've got an interesting Substack. This is kind of a busted pencils version of your visit today, and you're talking about education and how things quickly change in the environment that we have right now with AI and everything else that's taking place, and how high schools are trying to adjust to that, but maybe not in the right way. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, you know, our school system has gone from one fad to another over the last, generation or so, and probably goes back longer than that. You mentioned busted pencils, Tim Slucker.
Yeah.
You can. I mean, he can give you the history better than I can, but I used to work in public education for a period of time, and I saw fads come and go then, but then the big one, of course, was the school to work push, where let's not just you do a standard education, but let's actually use the school system kind of as vocational training, just preparing people for the workplace, and that failed pretty miserably. The fad didn't last long, and it wasn't particularly effective.
Well, it was based on the Republicans really wanted to push this thing that not everybody needs a college education. Right. In fact, they pushed it to the point where no one needed a college education.
Right, and we don't need colleges.
Yeah.
But then, of course, the next revolution was STEM, which stands for an emphasis on science, technology, engineering, and math. So we don't need social studies. We don't need civics. We don't need a broad liberal arts education. We just need to focus on those areas that will prepare people for their profession, for their work life. Problem is, our economy is changing so rapidly that if you focus on training for something today, that work will be obsolete tomorrow. And then you're going to have to retrain. And then when you retrain for that, that will then be obsolete in short order. And now as we enter the age of the dawning of artificial intelligence, and companies are using AI tools to even do away with the computer scientists. Now, I said in the column, there's nothing more STEM than computer science. That was at the very heart of the STEM revolution. And so all of these young people were sort of funneled into computer science,
right?
Because there needed to be the software developers and the hardware engineers and the coders,
the animators.
We needed all these people in computer science. But now AI tools are replacing all of that, and you've seen all of the high tech jobs. That market has cratered. Silicon Valley, that market has cratered. And you've seen tens of thousands of layoffs year after year after year, and those people who trained for that need that big tech had and no longer has because they're using AI instead to replace all that human labor. Those people have been left high and dry. They're just out of luck. And so what all of this screams is for the need for genuine liberal arts education, where you teach people not a particular skill that companies need today, but you teach them to think. You teach them how the world works, how people tick. You teach them to think analytically and strategically and creatively. And that ability, those are the abilities that will allow people to adapt to an ever-changing world and an ever-changing economy. That's what you really need education to do, is prepare us to be adaptive, to be able to adjust to changing times. That's what the classic liberal arts education does do for you. And we've moved so far away from what we used to have in our education system. And it's not preparing people for the future. It's preparing people for today's economic needs, but it's not preparing people to be citizens in a democracy. It's not preparing people to more fully participate in society. And it's not even preparing people for the jobs of tomorrow in our economy, because those haven't been invented yet.
Now, does that rely heavily on people being more creative about what kind of occupation they may want to get into, or maybe more creative in getting into something they find more interesting and creating a certain avenue on their own, of their own? Is that because not everybody has this creative ability to be a critical thinker. Not everybody has the creative ability to imagine something completely different and go in that direction.
Well,
what happens?
We don't even know really how much capacity young people have for creativity and for adaptability, because we don't teach for that anymore. We just here's the professional need that businesses have today. This is what we're going to train you up for. This is what we're going to focus on, and then you're going to be funneled into these jobs. But then those jobs disappear in short order. And the companies, then they accuse the schools of not being able to adjust enough to changing times.
That's right.
And they accuse the educators, but they don't take any responsibility for the fact that they've chosen to technologize those jobs out of existence. And they don't care about what happens to the worker that is displaced, that is put out of work. And, when you think about it, when you think about all the CEOs, all the people who are leading companies, all the people who are entrepreneurs and who are creating new businesses, a lot of them are history majors or philosophy majors or political science majors. They have classic liberal arts educations themselves, which have permitted them to think analytically and strategically and creatively. And that's made them successful. But it's interesting. They don't want that for their kids and grandkids. or somebody else's kids and grandkids.
Well,
they don't want that. They want worker bees who they can plug into the jobs that they have available today, and those jobs are vanishing tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
That's the economy we live in.
Yeah. So we're talking with Mike McCabe, Substack blogger and author. So do things have to get really, really bad before they get better? Now, I mean, is that where we're at? The AI is just taking over, and the die is cast. And
well, what's interesting is that the American public is deeply wary of AI.
Yes.
The citizenry doesn't want it. The average person is afraid of it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not going to go so far as to say that AI should be shut down. AI has some applications that it can do amazing things. I'll grant you that. But to me, we should be using AI to perform tasks that human beings don't want to perform. I want AI to do the dishes for me or do the laundry. I don't want it to write books. I don't want it. I don't want it to take over the space that should be reserved for human creativity.
Right.
I don't want it to produce music. I don't want it to produce art.
Well, John and Gordy wanted to apologize for using AI to create our
some music jingles. We
go back to
what?
What's the book that we came up with?
The Age of Cursive.
Let's go back to cursive.
That's one book that AI helped us create.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
So we apologize.
Yeah, I don't even feel the need to go back to cursive because I was never any damn good at it anyway. I could never write cursive to save my life. But
my printing, by the way, is starting to look like cursive.
But what I do want is for human creativity not to be snuffed out.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you can have AI write a novel for you. You can actually ask AI to write a novel from a famous author's voice, and it will do that with. Yeah. But that is what human beings need to reserve for themselves. They can't farm that out to machines, not unless we are willing to pay an immense price in terms of the loss of humanity that will occur in our society if we do that.
As creative as let's go back to cursive, the book is that we put out. I always feel a little guilty that it might have borrowed from other stories.
Well, of course,
other examples.
That's all he knows. That's all that AI can do is borrow from things that it grabs off the internet. So that's why it can. It can write a book like it can write a Stephen King novel because it simply goes out and
borrows everything Stephen King wrote.
Exactly, borrows a bunch of Stephen King writing and mimics it.
Yeah.
That's all AI can do. But what that loses is the magic of the human imagination. If we're willing to surrender that to machines, we're cooked. Yeah. We're in deep trouble then. And to me, all of this screams for that return to the classic liberal arts education that prepares people to both understand the world we live in and understand how people tick by studying history, by studying language, by studying human behavior, by learning the scientific method. All of that prepares us to operate in society, but it also nurtures and cultivates the human imagination. And that's what we need now more than ever is imagination. We have to imagine our way out of this mess that we've gotten ourselves into as a society.
Well, as I mentioned off the air before we went on, people are getting retrained about 17 times
Isn't that something?
Currently, yes. And that's definitely going to increase. Now, John and Gordy, we're going to have to go back to writing another book. I just got an idea.
Oh, really?
And we'll get to that in just a few moments. But I do want to mention that
but think on that
a lot of the starter jobs are being phased out by AI.
Right.
So the executives and the people who are part of these corporations now don't have people going up the ladder.
Right.
There's no entry level anymore.
Right.
Yeah. All right, we'll continue our discussion and our conversation with Mike McCabe in just a moment. It is 7:48. John and Gordy on WMDX.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Domo. Domo. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Domo. Domo. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
WMDX, John and Gordy, 92.7 on a rainy morning. Showers are coming down right now.
Yeah, it's picked up a little bit.
Yeah.
High today about 57. Right now 49 degrees. Tomorrow on the show we'll have Tim Slecker from Busted Pencils, also Jim Santel, former U.S. Attorney at Law. Right now we're wrapping up here with Mike McCabe, and we're talking about AI taking over. And, you know, it occurs to me that AI, who controls AI? I mean, is it the Mark Zuckerbergs, the Jeff Bezos, the Elon Musks, all these powerful, very rich, super rich people are seem to be, have the president's ear and this administration's ear, and they're just letting AI take it,
run rampant.
Run with it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They didn't invent it, but they claimed ownership of it, and now they're profiting from it, and it's turning billionaires soon into trillionaires.
Yes,
but it's something that they don't want any restrictions placed on it. They don't want it used in the public interest in any way.
Right.
And we've talked about this before. Every time we had major innovations in the area of human communication or human knowledge acquisition, we've treated it as a public commodity.
Yes.
We required it to be used in the public interest. That's not being done with AI at all, because they just billionaires want to become trillionaires. But it leaves a whole lot of people vulnerable to being rendered irrelevant. So people train for the hot job. They go into the hot profession today. But then business and industry is rapidly figuring out how to replace that human labor with technology tomorrow. And that makes them even more profitable because they don't have any cost of labor.
Well, off the air, you were talking about your son going into journalism.
Yeah.
And how he was concerned about that a little bit because he was hearing, you really ought to go to something that's
sciencey
more
or
science, technology,
engineering.
Because what he wanted to go into is a very tough job, and it was losing people, and and
he had a passion for it.
But he had a passion.
He had a passion for it.
Yeah.
And I just told you got to tune these people out because they're telling you to go into what's considered the hot profession today. But I'll tell you, even if the news business doesn't end up being your cup of tea, you're going to have skills. You're going to be able to think. You're going to be able to research. You're going to be able to communicate. You're going to be able to write. And when you can do those things, you've got skills that'll make you employable. And you'll be able to adapt. You'll be able to adjust. And so, he went into the humanities. He went into that area that has been kind of ruled irrelevant in our society. But the odd thing is that what he found once he got out of college is that there's an acute shortage of TV news producers. So he got immediately right out of college. He got a job in Portland, Oregon, in a big TV market. Then he decided he wanted to move to Twin Cities and had 2 job offers in the Twin Cities to do TV news producing. And so he's gainfully employed. He's doing fine, and he's doing something that he's passionate about. And man, I want to see that kind of story made possible for more kids.
Well, Gordy and I, when we were coming up in the broadcast industry, we had to create rumors about other radio announcers in order to
so we would
sully their names and take their place,
take their job.
So,
and here you are, all these years later, gainfully employed.
Yes.
Sort of.
Well, that's sort of is key word there. Yeah, what's your son's name and address up there? We may have to send some resumes out, so maybe you put in a good word for it.
We were talking about your Substack article about getting trained and retrained and all that kind of stuff. Your response was from Ralph Knutson, and he said, a population without understanding is and feels vulnerable and easily frightened by change and has few skills to adapt. And I think that puts everybody on edge. Again,
and everybody is on edge now.
And what we're talking about right now may cause people to be on edge. Oh my gosh, what occupations do we get into? Because we're not giving people tips right now about this is where you should go. But you're saying that if you're not in college, if you can't get into something that can train you currently, it puts a lot of people on that bubble where they're worried about their future. They're worried about life, where it's going. That's, I think, the tension that the public feels right now.
That classic liberal arts education, which can start even before high school, that focuses on helping us understand the world we live in and understand what makes humans tick and understanding human behavior, all of that, and that stokes imagination and creativity, that will take that anxiety away. That helps take the edge off because you have an idea of where the world is headed. Yeah. And when you have an idea of where the world is headed, you can develop a strategy for how to carve out a meaningful role for yourself. But man, if you just train for the job business and industry wants you to train for today, and then they say, okay, we don't need you anymore because we've got technology that can do it for us, then those people are on edge, and rightfully so, because they're vulnerable.
Just got a minute or so left here. You got a text here from Susan and McFarland. Says, good morning, gentlemen. You always bring a few laughs in the morning. Thank you for that. Speaking of AI, I think of the movie Wall-E. Remember the movie Wall-E?
Yeah.
And which portrayed people as lazy. I've always thought we've been headed that way as people want to drive through a restaurant.
Be on their phones
and don't enjoy the conversation of others. And that's kind of where we're at.
Says, also good to hear you, Mike.
Yes.
And
it is good to hear you, Mike.
It's what Frank Herbert posited in Dune, thou shalt not build a machine to counterfeit the human mind.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
We're down to about a minute. Mike, do you have any appearances coming up? Anything you want to mention at this time?
I don't at this very moment.
Okay.
I had a flurry of them just recently.
You did.
Yeah.
But you've got your Substack blog that people can check out.
Yeah, MikeMcCabe.substack.com if anybody's curious.
And an excellent book, Miracles Along County Q. Mike, thanks for joining us.
Always
We'll
love
see you
your
next
posts,
Wednesday.
Mike.
Yeah.
Mark, Mike, I'm just going nuts here. I'm looking at
whoever you are.
Mark
sent us a text, too.
He's always sending us stuff.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, it was a great conversation.
Yes, Stephanie Miller is coming up next tomorrow on our show. Tim Slecker, Jim Santel, and hope you join us then. Have a great day. So long.
Take care, everybody.
As we were saying, let the sun shine. It's the John and Gordy Show.